Dr. Vanita Rattan, and this channel is dedicated to skincare for skin of color. So today's video is a little bit different and we are reviewing Fenty Skin. So Fenty literally just launched yesterday and I've been inundated with DMs and messages to just please review it and do a deep dive into the ingredients list. So it's actually a really exciting campaign and I personally love it when there are female entrepreneurs, especially skin of color, who go out and break that glass ceiling and achieve their dreams, because honestly, that tells our children that they can achieve anything. There really is no limit. I mean, Rihanna literally went from singing to fashion to makeup to beauty to skincare. I mean, she literally has no, limits to what she believes she can achieve, which is just, it is exactly what I want to instill in my daughter, and I'm sure all of us want to instill in our children. So I'm very excited to review the line today. So let's do this. Okay, so let's start off with some of the positives that I love about the brand. I love the sustainability angle. I feel like in this day and age, you should not be starting a skincare brand unless you're thinking about the environment too. So I love that 70% of her plastic is PCR, post-consumer recyclable. That basically means recycled plastic. And I love that she uses reusable, refillable packaging as well. From watching her advert, I feel like when she was talking to the camera, it was really all about the sensory experience. So for her, skincare is, it is about the smells, it is about the texture, it is about how you feel. And I agree actually up until a certain extent that skincare is self-care, it's self-love, it's your time to invest in yourself, especially as females, where we seem to put everyone else before ourselves. Our skincare time in the morning and the evening is our time. So I think she got a lot right, and she used some novel ingredients as well, which I'm going to be discussing. However, there are some tweaks that I'm sure you already know what I'm going to be pulling up, but I'm going to try and do it in a really kind way because it's a work in progress, and I'm sure this is not her last formulation. I'm sure she is going to continue to improve the formula. Okay, so let's start off with the first product. So this is their Total Cleanser Remove It All Cleanser. So it's $25, so it's a decent price point. The positives are, it's got sodium COCOYL glycinate, which is a very mild surfactant. I like this. It's non-drying, it's non-irritating, and it gives a very creamy lather. So have you seen her, when she was holding it in her hands? That's one of the reasons that happens. So the second surfactant that it's got is COCOAMPHOACETATE, which is actually from coconut fatty acids. Again, it's a very gentle cleansing agent, so I love this second ingredient. It's also got COCOAMIDOPROPYL betaine, and that again gives that luxury lathering experience. It's usually a secondary surfactant. The reason is that it's too gentle to do the job on its own, but it's a good booster. And so this is why we tend to put it in. It gives you a luxury experience. So the moisturizers in this are glycerin and glycol distearate, which is very good as well because you want to hydrate, especially as you're cleansing the skin. I'm actually impressed with her host of antioxidants as well, because antioxidants, as we know, work much better in combination, and she's used quite different antioxidants actually. So she's gone with kiwi extract, green tea extract, and ginkgo biloba. So these are all very powerful antioxidants actually. So they help to mop up free radicals. Free radicals, as we know, damage our skin. They are the criminals of skin and they damage our collagen, lead to premature aging, etc. So we don't like free radicals. They are not our friend, and we absolutely love antioxidants. It does have, it's a really good formula until this point. Because it does have perfume in it. And I think a lot of you already said to me before, you're not going to like it because of the perfume. Now, the thing with this one is it is a wash-off product, so it's not as bad, obviously, as a leave-on product. However, having said that, if you have inflamed skin, if you have acne skin, because don't forget, acne skin is inflamed skin. If you've got dermatitis, dry skin, eczema, I would avoid any wash on, wash off product, leave on product with perfume in it. Otherwise, it's an excellent formula. It's just a little bit of a shame, to be honest, because if they came out with a fragrance-free version of this, I would 100% say go and buy it, because it's a very good product. The formula is excellent. I love the antioxidants. I love that it's hydrating. I even love the surfactants that they've used. They're not drying, they're not sensitizing. So she got so much right. I just think she let herself down at that last bit. And I think the reason she did it is because she herself said that she thinks smells are really important when you're doing skincare. Now, here's the thing, okay? You already know this. I think one of you even said to me, can you like buy a t-shirt that says, fragrance is the #1 cause of contact dermatitis, which I think I'm going to do. I'm actually going to do that. But here's the thing, right? So yes, it is the #1 cause of contact dermatitis. It's a co-sensitizer. So it may be that you will absolutely fine for a long time. You get a delayed reaction, but also a reaction to other ingredients in that product. And I fully understand that smells are really important for relaxation, and I'm all for you having a diffuser or, you know, frankincense sticks or, you know, any other sorts of aroma or oils in the room. I'm very happy for you to do that. It just shouldn't really be in skincare. It just doesn't have any place, and it is pandering to consumer demand. So I mean, Rihanna, if you watch this, if you just do this version without fragrance, I will 100% say go and buy it. Okay, so moving on to her second product, which is Fat Water Pore Refining. And I have to say, I really love the name of this product, Fat Water. I think that's just so satisfying. So this is meant to be a toner and a serum all in one. You're meant to be wearing this day and night. Okay, so twice a day. So it does have a lot of positives. Okay, so let's start off with the positives. So the fourth ingredient here is niacinamide. As you all know, I love niacinamide. It's a fantastic ingredient for skin of color. It reduces your sebum levels, reduces your erythema. It helps to improve the texture of the skin, and it does help with pores as well. So you know, it's a great ingredient. She then uses a lot of moisturizers, which I love too. So here she's got butylene glycol, she's got glycerin. She's even added ficus carica fruit extract, which again is a very good moisturizer. And again, she went and added a whole host of antioxidants as well. She's also got quite an interesting ingredient. So she's got Barbados cherry, which is, I think we're going to see this actually more in skincare because it's a very powerful antioxidant. It's got a high percentage of antioxidants. So it actually protects the fibroblasts from free radical damage, which is obviously very good for anti-aging. It's also rich in vitamin C, beta carotene, and polysaccharides, which is why it's also a very hydrating ingredient. So you know how I always say, don't wear your actives during the day, wear your actives at nighttime. And the reason I say this is because when I did trials 15 years ago, before we created the treatment for my clinic, the Hyperpigmentation Clinic, you can follow us on Instagram at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic. I did trials on vitamin A and vitamin C, water-soluble vitamin C on skin of color during the day over a 3-month period to see if it reacted with the skin. And actually, it did lead to issues in the skin of color, those two particular actives. And those actives tend to be in majority of your creams, which is one of the reasons I say just steer clear of actives full stop during the day. However, I've decided a few months ago actually I want to know more. See, there just haven't been enough trials done on skin of color, and certainly not which are the right actives to wear during the day and which percentages to wear during the day. So right now I'm going to quite a large trial, and we're literally trialing multiple different actives, specifically antioxidants during the day, and not just water-soluble vitamin C, but also fat-soluble vitamin C, just to find out which are the best antioxidants for you to be wearing during the day. Are there any that we should be wearing during the day? And then which ones work best in combination specifically for skin of color? So once I have my findings, I will announce it, and I'm very happy for all the big companies to use my data, because it means that we're helping skin of color, our whole community globally, which is, obviously my #1 mission. So right now, I don't know what percentage antioxidants are in Barbados cherry and whether or not it's going to cause issues for skin of color during the day. And that's why I've sort of gone on a bit of a tangent to explain to you the study I'm doing at the moment to find out what we should and shouldn't be wearing specifically during the day. Okay, so I think she did get a lot right with this particular product, but then she went and made some classic mistakes. The second ingredient here is witch hazel. Now, witch hazel is high in tannins. Tannins strip the skin of oil, and you know, someone with oily prone skin will actually feel like they're doing themselves a service. However, it actually leads to more oil and more sebum being produced. And so you end up in this vicious cycle where you just can't seem to get your sebum under control. On top of that, don't forget that witch hazel is distilled in alcohol, and that means that there's now alcohol on the skin, which is also UV unstable, and you're putting it on during the day where UV is obviously out. Denatured alcohol is one of the worst things for our skin. It leads to free radicals in our skin, and especially with skin of color, again, as you all know, we have to be more careful than Caucasian skin. And so it's a bit of a mistake. You will find witch hazel in a lot of these pore minimizing products, but I would tell you to avoid it. Unfortunately, she also added bitter orange extract. Now, this is actually very good antioxidant when you eat it. However, when you put it on the skin, because it's got a high menthol percentage, it can actually be a sensitizer to the skin. So it's not something that you would want in your skincare. She also then went and added perfume, and I know why she's done it is because she loves smells in her skincare, which I get. And I also think consumers like it too, and so that's why they buy it, because of the experience. But I think anyone that's, you know, is passionate about skincare is probably going to avoid any product with perfume in it. So in the future, she might hopefully do a fragrance-free line, but let's see. And in addition, what I would have done with this particular product is because she wants pore refining, I would have put in low percentage salicylic acid, even just 0.5%, in order to get the results that she wants. And I would tell people just to wear it at nighttime. I wouldn't put an exfoliator on during the day. So it's a bit of a shame because obviously I want to support anyone with skin of color, but I would probably sidestep this particular product. Okay, so moving on to the third product, which is a Hydra Visor. So this is an invisible moisturizer SPF30. Now, just so you know, this is a chemical sunscreen. It's got 3% avobenzone in it, 9% homosalate in it, and it's got 4.5% octisalate in it as well. So I'd avoid this if you have melasma. If you want to learn more about physical versus chemical sunscreens, watch my video on physical versus chemical and which ones are suitable for us. But also, there's a lot of data that's now coming out to show that chemical sunscreens are building up in our bloodstream after 7 days of use. But don't forget, with sunscreen, we wear it every single day of the year. So, you know, it's going to be, the chemicals are going to come in your urine, it's going to be in your breast milk. So I'm just not a fan of chemical sunscreen. I'd avoid it on myself, and I'd certainly avoid it on my children. If you've got children, please do watch my kids sunscreen video, because there's some eye-openers in that video. Okay, so the positives of this particular product are the moisturizers. I love the moisturizers. It's got glycerin in it, it's got pentylene glycol, it's got butylene glycol, and it's got hyaluronic acid. So these are all excellent moisturizers. She's also got quite a few antioxidants in it as well. So she's got tocopherol acetate, she's got watermelon extract, which includes a chemical called lycopene in it, which is a very powerful antioxidant. She then added a long list of fragrance. So she added perfume, but then she added citral, hexal, cinnamol, limonene, and linalool. So these things are all UV unstable. Okay, so imagine you're now reapplying this throughout the day in UV. It's just not a good combination. She also added benzyl salicylate, which is a sweet floral smell, and that's what you'll smell if you purchase this product. But actually, even in small quantities, it can lead to reactions. So I'm really sorry, I'd probably avoid this particular product as well. It is a shame. The reason is I know she's worked very hard on the skincare line, and she wants to create the best for skin of color, and I respect her so much for doing that. But it's one thing to be, you know, a makeup artist and a beauty guru, but skincare is something completely different, and it's difficult to do. It's not something that's been easy. Otherwise, this channel wouldn't even exist. You know, if everything on the shelves was good for skin of color, you know, I wouldn't be making these videos for you. It's because it is difficult. It's, you know, so, you know, I applaud her for working so hard and creating, you know, this beautiful experience. But in terms of the actual skincare line, it's, I think there are some improvements that can be made. But thank you very much, Rihanna, for investing your time in us, and thank you everybody else for watching. Please do download your free guide for Skin of Color. The link is in the description box below, and if there's any other videos you want me to make, please can you write it down below as well. You know I will do it for you. Thank you very much.